Hey Rodel, thank you for hopping on the call with me. How are you doing?
Hi, Bianca. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm also good. Thank you. So, for everyone who's watching, can you please introduce yourself a little bit? Who are you? Where are you from? And what were you doing before joining the program?
Yeah, so my name is Rodel Uy. I am from Chicago, Illinois. I've been in finance and accounting for the past 15 years, and that's what I've been currently 15, maybe more than 15 years, but that's what I've been doing all my
A
career.
long time.
Yeah, it's a long time, and I do enjoy what I've been doing, but I've always been looking for something to help me learn something or pass
Mm,
the time away. I was dabbling in my own app a couple of years ago, but that kind of went sideways. But I've always kept my eyes open for something that was interesting to me that, again, that I can learn, but also take along with me and maybe, you know, make it a career down the line. But this is when I found LLMP
yes.
on the socials not too long ago, and I was very interested. Um, was introduced to all the teammates, which
Mm,
very nice, and felt very comfortable talking to them. And their, everything that the program has to offer was just fantastic to me. So it didn't take me too long to actually, um, get with the program.
mhm.
So it's been a good 3, 4 months into it. Good experiences, a lot learned. Yeah, there was a lot of struggles in between,
Mm.
which I'm sure a lot of
Also
people
part of the process, yeah.
all part of the process. But yeah, but it was a good learning experience to figure out the kind of person that I was,
Yeah.
and learning that not everything is easy, which we all know, but anything that's worthwhile does take time and a lot of hard work. So yeah, it's just been a great experience, and I'm happy that I actually did start, and I'm looking forward to see where this leads in the future.
Yes, I think you've already been doing pretty well, and I also like to see like you were like taking consistent action from the start and always like very enthusiastic. So yeah, I love that. So
Yeah.
basically, you started the program because you were looking for, you wanted to expand your knowledge and learn something new, basically.
Yes, that's correct. Right. Yeah, I would. So, I mean, not only with my career, but I've always been very active as far as trying to stay physically fit.
Mm,
Um, and so, there's only so much you can do as far as going to the gym, going for a run, and doing anything more, any kind of activities. So, I mean, I'd wake up, 2 in the mornings after a good workout and a good day's of work, and just wondering what else can I be doing to help better myself, right? And
yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's when LLMP came along, and I was just very impressed by what you guys had to offer. So
All
yeah,
right.
for all
So what
that.
would you say was like what's the most valuable part of the program for you?
The most valuable part probably is just understanding who I am after,
Mm,
thinking that I knew who I was, you know, in my
mm,
in my age, you think that you know everything, right? Or you know the kind of person you are, but when you're actually put in a situation where you want to learn, right? And
mm.
wonder if you can actually do it. Yeah, I mean, if it's something that you want, you're gonna work hard for it, right? And if it's something that's worthwhile and you can see that it does provide something for you in the future and possibly, yeah, it's something that you're going to work hard for, and
Yeah.
like I said, there was a time or a couple times in the program where I thought that, yeah, this is just really hard, but you know
Mm.
what, I kind of just dug myself out, and with the
Yeah, and I
help of the
think that's
coaches.
normal. Like everyone
Yeah.
goes through those thoughts sometimes, like, oh my God, what am I doing? But
Yes, exactly, but
then,
the support of the coaches and the community, it was worthwhile just to keep going, right? And I'm happy that I did, you know.
awesome.
But
I'm
yes,
also
thank you.
happy you did.
Yeah.
So what would you say is like your biggest accomplishment since joining the program?
My probably just being able to step out of my comfort zone.
Hmm.
I never thought I could actually do that. Um, and I know that, and we speak about this all the time, that to get out of your to get somewhere, you have to be uncomfortable, right? And we've always, brought that up. But yeah, that's really true. If you're confident in where you're at the moment, you can only get so far. I mean, yeah, you can. You're happy, and some people are, but some people want to move forward and improve themselves, right? And to do that, you got to step out of your comfort zone and see what you're made of, right? And like I said, if you know that this is something you want to do, you're gonna do it no matter what.
Can you tell us a little bit about your clients? Because you landed your client, I think, pretty quickly in your niche as well. So
right. So as I'd mentioned, I've always been active, physically active. So I wanted to stay in shape, right? And so that was my interest, my niche. So yeah, I knew it was gonna be a challenge because you know that a lot of the gyms are smaller gyms, not big box gyms. So they're gonna have limited resources, limited budgets as far as even applying to something like marketing. So it was tough at first to start to reach out, right? Again, because that's out of my comfort zone. But with the program and the videos that we all were provided and the instructions that were clearly given, give it a chance. And yeah, it took me a couple days or so, or maybe a week to actually get to the point where I said, yeah, this is something I can do. I just got to do it. Right. But yeah, just got to do it. So yeah, my first client was one that a gym that I've known for a while, a good friend, I would say. And when I first I didn't even reach out. I kind of just posted just a regular post that we do initially in the program, just stating what we're doing. And he reached out and said, yeah, let's do this, right? So he was very excited, and I was excited to hear that, along with other people that were also interested. So we just started on a few reels just to get the ball rolling. And one thing too is to remember that not everyone has the same ideas and thought process as you. So you're always going to have someone that's going to have a different view of what you want to show, right? So
it's a little bit of a back and forth to kind of like find the sweet spot of what they want and what you can create.
Yeah. So after a couple of reels that I created, he was more, just keep it vanilla. I said, okay, keep it vanilla. But add a little bit of my own flair to it. So from what he wanted to what I thought he would need to make it a little more interesting. I showed him what he wanted, and he's like, yeah, that's exactly what I want. So yeah, it took some time, but now he's very pleased. And after a couple of reels and a lot of engagement on these posts that we created for the first 2 or 3 weeks. And again, it's not every day because it's something that he wanted to do. It's not every day, which is okay. That's the client, whatever you say goes.
But I think he's. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go right ahead.
I was gonna say, I think he's open to more, right? To try.
Yeah, no. So he came back and he said, "Yeah, I'd like to continue. I love the work you've done. The engagement you've started, the posts you've created are exactly what I want. I trust you, and that's one thing too. Is I just wanted to be trustworthy to whoever I deal with. And he actually wants me to think about thinking about how we can go about splitting any profits that come in or fees from anything that he makes from his clients going forward that to my work, right? So yeah, that was something that was pretty cool that he offered. So that's something we're thinking about now. Hopefully we can get to some kind of agreement.
Awesome. Excited to see where else this will take you.
Yeah.
Before joining the program, like what were your thoughts about investing into it? And was there like anything in specific that's decided that sorry. I got this. Okay, let me start over. before you started the program, like what were your thoughts about investing into it and what made you decide to do it anyway?
Yeah, so it was the content that I saw of Jet
Mm.
that initially got me, interested, right? Yeah, it took me a couple days to think about it before reaching out, but I'm like, yeah, let me just see what's going on with this program, what it's about. I was highly impressed with what she had to say, and all the content and the information she was providing was something that was really, getting my interest peaked to a point where I reached out and, asked, and she said, yeah, if you'd like to learn more, then we can speak, which we did. And then she got me in contact with a couple of the team members before I spoke to you. Which both of them are very, very informative and very pleasant, right? So after talking to both of them, I was more interested, right? But wasn't really sure yet about the commitment, right? I mean, yeah, I know I wanted to do something, but I just needed to think about it a little more. So it took some time
Mm-hmm.
to think about it, and and I thought about, if I sit at where I'm at now, just doing the same thing day in and day out, from week to week, month to month, year to year, will that get me anywhere? And I thought, well, it might get me another position, but I mean, I'll still be the same where I'm working
Mm.
for someone else.
Yeah.
I do like to travel and have, time for myself. So, I got back in contact and we spoke a little more. And yeah, it was something that I decided that I wanted to do after taking some time thinking about it. So yeah, and like I said, being comfortable where I'm at for so many years, doing the same thing over and over, different
Yeah.
companies,
You
and
were ready for something
I was
new.
ready for something different. Yeah,
Yeah.
and again, if it wasn't immediate, which I know it's not going to be, but at least that's something that I have learned to take, forward and hopefully grow from here, right?
Yeah.
Because we know that, anything that's worthwhile and anything that's come of anything starts very small, right? So yeah. So I'm glad that I've started and moving forward with it.
Awesome. Thank you. And the next question is, what if someone is like watching this right now and they are deciding whether or not they should join the program? What would you tell them?
Yeah, so that'd be a great answer or a good question, right? I mean, I would understand where they're coming from, right? Because there's a lot of different things out there that they can join or be a part of, right? But as I mentioned, I had attempted my own, app years ago, right? And I thought it was a great idea. And a lot of people did, but it didn't have the right direction. Didn't have the right advice, right? And that's how it went sideways. And even before that, I was always looking for something, throughout my careers, and when I was even younger, I must have tried three different other opportunities, which all again, didn't lead anywhere, and all kind of questionable. But with the context or network that I had, I thought that was something that was worthwhile. But in the end, it wasn't meant to be. But
But I also
now,
think like that's the entrepreneurial spirit though. Like
yeah,
I think
right,
every entrepreneur tries at least like seven things, filtered
yes,
seven things before they find something that like
something.
works
And
for them. So
no, and coming across this program, I was just amazed how informative everybody was, and so friendly and open and just so so helpful, right? And even the community with everyone that's part of it is just amazing. So if someone's looking into this and wants to is on the kind of an offense, right? Again, I would ask is like if what you're doing right now something you want to do going forward, right? If you're okay with not changing yourself, then okay, then but then you wouldn't be looking into anything else like this program, right?
yeah,
Or getting information. So yeah, my advice would just be like, get as much information as you can, and then talk to the people here, talk to the coaches, see if you can talk to someone in the community, because I mean, like I said, from where I was coming from, I've always wanted something, and this is something that I'm just like, from a scale of 1 to 10, everything else that I've tried in the past was like between 1 to 5. And then
Okay.
looking at this program, it's between like a 9, it's like literally 8 to 9 to 10. I mean, because
Nice.
again, it's all written out for you. The help is there. It's just a great learning tool of information.
Mm.
If anybody, just stepped foot into it and been like, just give it like a couple weeks and just like, yeah, I mean, yeah, again, you can be uncomfortable, but get out of your comfort zone and just
That's
just
how
give it
you
a try.
grow.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, um, if they give it a try, I think they'd be very pleased. Right. I mean, again, yeah, it may not be for everybody, but for those people that are looking for something, this is something to really look into.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing all that.
Yeah, absolutely, Bianca.